يبقى أول كلمات عندنا في unit 2 desire, achieve, openly, outlook, vulnerable, upbringing, contentment, criticize, demand, focusing, and deserve. Let's start our new vocabulary. Scared, generation, uncertainly, tuppet, sleepy, exhausted, cheerful, stressed, thoughtful, cross, miserable, shocked, amazed, positive, concerned, frustrating, worn out, philosopher, relationship, knowledge, status, self-image, psychologist, bumper, career, positions, fearful, terrified, troubled, drowsy, shattered, annexes. يا جيدة, you will read the first table and Umayaz will read the second table. Let's go.
Okay. Scared, generation, uncertainty, doubt, sleepy, exhausted, cheerful, stressed, thoughtful, cross, miserable, shocked, actually not shocked, amazed, positive, concerned, frustrating.
Worn out, philosopher, relationships, knowledge, status, self-image, psychologist, bombard, career, possessions, fearful, terrified, troubled, drowsy, shattered, وanxious.
Thank you very much. The second page number 37. Relaxing, dull, enjoyable, pessimist, optimist, undebatable, boring, stressful, interpret, individual, willing to, rated, upset, stand, gloomy, depressed, wretched, tended to, dazed, deal with, bring out, undermine. قولي يا جيدة.
Relaxing, dull, enjoyable, pessimist, إيه ده? Optimist, undoubtedly, boring, stressful, interpret, individual, willing to. اقراهم كلهم ولا لا؟ الو،
What?
انا قريت لغاية willing to، اقرا الباقي ولا لا؟
No, stop here. يلا يا معاذ.
Irritated, upset, stunned, gloomy, depressed, wretched, tended to, dazed, deal with, bring out, undermine.
Yes, thank you. Okay, afraid that this is the most important prepositions, okay? Afraid of, ashamed of, proud of, jealous of, frightened of, grateful to, grateful for. طبعا grateful to بيجي بعدها someone، أما grateful to بيجي بعدها something، or sorry بيجي بعدها something. Close to, fanciful to, friendly to, friendly with, rude to, brilliant at, sensitive to, upset about, amused at or by, cheer up, like of, map out, bored with, angry about, angry with. نفس الحكاية angry about بيجي بعدها someone، أما angry with بيجي بعدها somebody. Annoyed with, annoyed about، annoyed with بيجي بعدها somebody or someone، و annoyed about بيجي بعدها something. Okay. Furious with, furious about, delighted with, excited about, passed with, anxious about, sensitive about, nervous about, contented with, pursuit of, focus on, face up to. يلا start يا جيدة.
اللي هم ال important
Yes.
prepositions دول.
Yeah, yes.
Afraid of, ashamed of, proud of, jealous of, frightened of, grateful to, grateful for, close to, faithful to, friendly with, rude to, brilliant at, sensitive to, upset about, amused at أو by, cheerful, cheer up, cheerful دي بتسمي lack of, map out.
Morris, continue.
Bored with, angry about, angry with, annoyed about, disappointed with, disappointed about, furious with, furious about, delighted with, excited about, pleased with, anxious about, sensitive about, nervous about, contented with, pursuit of, focus on, face up to.
Yeah. Important expressions. Give advice on close family ties. Focus on pleasure. Shut ourselves off. Get rid of. Talk openly about. Positive thinking. The turning point in. One minute or 10 is a bit. يلا let's start with معاذ. ابدأ يا معاذ، هتبدأ تقرأ من أول our desert لحد كلمة nothing, and after you finish you will tell me what you understand and what you didn't understand.
Our desire for happiness has helped develop a multi-million pound industry focused on pleasure. Despite this, many of us still seem to be unhappy. Psychologist Janet Wells seems to know exactly why. Here we uncover our secrets of how to actually achieve that missing happiness. In the past, people rarely discussed whether they were happy or not and kept their feelings to themselves. Today, though, magazines, articles giving advice on the pursuit of happiness bombard us from all sides. It would appear that being unhappy is now generally unacceptable, especially where the younger generation is concerned these days. It is that particular group that feels quite comfortable talking openly about happiness or a lack of it. They believe that a state of happiness equals success and that without success, they are nothing.
Yes. What is this passage meaning يا معاذ? Or what do you understand?
I think it talks about when the pursuit of happiness generally started,
Yeah.
or how we started to view happiness as a priority.
Yes. And how people think is about happy or happiness. Okay. Continue,
Okay.
Jada, from it seems to her choices.
So her choices, where is
Yeah.
her choice? Okay. It seems that people are more willing to try to react differently to life's events. Janet is a fine example of this and has found that changing her outlook has brought her a certain amount of happiness. She began to understand that she had made her own life difficult because she tended to think or act in harmful ways. For example, never admitting that she was wrong because that would undoubtedly make her seem weak and vulnerable, or criticizing herself endlessly, certain that she did not deserve success and happiness. She was at one point a definite pessimist. She believed that if you expected little in life, then you would be able to avoid disappointment. The, the turning point in her life was when the knowledge she gained through her studies allowed her to face up to the fact that it was possible to actually get rid of doubts and learn to be more contented with yourself and your life. This helped her to change many aspects of her life, including her outlook, her relationships, and her choices.
Okay, what do you understand?
I understand that the dear psychologist Janet knew what made her unhappy before, and she worked on it. She tried to change it. She believed that the changing herself or understanding herself more would make her happy, more happy. I guess, yeah. صح ولا لأ؟ And being
Yes.
a pessimist person will never make you happy. If you expect it to be difficult, you have to dream big to avoid disappointment بقى والجو ده.
Yes, now we'll start with Muaz from a change to events.
Change, of course, brings uncertainty, and uncertainty can create fear. Most of us tend to stay with what we know rather than choose any form of change. As a result, we continue to be unhappy. If we do decide to change things, however, we then begin a journey that only we can map out. We can, however, also learn from other people. According to Janet's research, people can have similar upbringings yet have very different ideas and responses to the exact same events.
What do you understand from this passage?
Yeah, the researcher Janet says that people are afraid of change because what lies behind change is mysterious.
Muaz, you hear me? What do you understand?
Yeah, I understand that researcher Janet says that people are afraid of change because what lies behind change is a mystery.
Muaz, do you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, can you tell me what you understand from this passage, please?
I understand that researcher Janet says that people are afraid of change because what lies after change is a mystery, and that people yet have different ideas, even though if their upbringing was similar.
Well done. Okay, now I'm gonna change the page. Steady يا جايدة. steady from introvert of لحد
in support of لحد ايه؟ us. قالب us طيب ولا ماشي نقرا لحد us. In support of these foundings she quote to ancient Greek philosopher Epictetus الاسم ده whatever who said it is not things in themselves that trouble us but our opinion of those things. So we create our own translations of things that happen in life, and those translations make us decide how we feel about an event and what we need to do about it. It is not always possible to change what happens to us, but we can always change how we translate what happens to us. I literally understood nothing, but I feel it's really wise. Translate A. It is not things in themselves that trouble us, but our opinion of those things, what things, so we create our own translation about what of things that happen in life. And those translations of what feelings يعني ترجمة the feelings that you feel in a certain situation or something in your life. I don't understand.
Okay, now what do you understand يا جايدة?
I just say that I understand it nothing. I tried explaining it and I found it weird. Not things in themselves that trouble us. What is the things in themselves that trouble us exactly? And I guess that the translations that I don't know what's related to عامة يعني بيشير بيها لل feelings that you feel during a certain situation in your life. You translate your feelings in a way that make you feel negative or positive. I guess I didn't understand. ده اللي أنا قلته.
تمام يا عسل. Now it's my turn. Janet herself has had to deal with moments of both happiness in her own in her own personal life. She admits to not being able to actually help people to be happy, but stresses that if you can prevent unhappiness, then you have a good chance of being a contented individual. She would like to help people achieve that level of contentment. Although it's something we each need to do for ourselves, as long as we really want to succeed, she believes we will be able to be bring about a change. She would, however, like to advise people that happiness is not a goal, but an emotional response to things that happen, and it's perfectly we need to feel accepted by those around us and feel like valuable members of society. Janet warns that we shouldn't criticize or demand too much of ourselves, as this could undermine feeling accepted and valued. Focusing on the positive things going on around us is the key in thinking and worrying about what has happened in the past and actually planning the future. We can shut ourselves off from any positive pleasure can be lost. Generally, positive feeling for what lies ahead. As a result, the aspect of surprise and pleasure can be lost. Generally speaking, she recommends leaving for now, giving yourself a little reward, not because you deserve it, but because it's a pleasant, positive thing to do to encourage positive thinking. حلوة البسج دي عجبتني.
بعيدا عن كل ده I like that chance. We're British now.
Okay, let's go. Angry يلا يا جايدة.
أقرأ definition. أقرأ definition ولا الكلمات ولا إيه ده؟
Yes, هو مش definition هو physical sensations, okay?
Angry red face. My face isn't red when I'm angry. It's a lie. معلش
Frightened,
أقول
frightened. يلا معاذ.
Frightened, heart pounding.
Excited.
Rush of adrenaline.
أي واحدة ولا هو اللي يكمل. I'm sorry if I interrupted you. teacher
hungry
أمنية.
يا معاذ. hungry.
Hungry.
Yes.
Stomach rumbling.
stressed يا جايدة.
sweaty palms.
nervous.
Butterflies in the stomach.
Now يا جايدة, these are 6 sentences. I need you to read it. Read them, sorry.
Okay. I was so angry, my face was red. I was frightened, my heart was pounding. I was so excited, I had a rush of adrenaline. I was very hungry, my stomach was rumbling. I was too stressed, my palms were sweating. I was nervous, I had butterflies on my stomach.
Yes, well done. Now let's read the feelings and the verbs of physical sensation. Muaz, you will start, okay? Unhappy.
Wow.
Jada, you will continue. Impatient.
From one's fingers.
Hungry.
Lick one's lips.
Surprised.
Raise one's eyebrows.
Disgusted.
Wrinkle one's nose.
Thoughtful.
Stroke one's chin.
Confused.
Scratch one's head.
Worried.
Bite one's nails.
Angry.
Pull one's hair. Clench one's fist.
Okay. Muaz, now you must read the sentence or the example.
Read examples or create my own?
Yes, the examples from in my cannery to in my cannery, the last sentence.
Okay. In my country, people frown to show they are unhappy. She is stroking her chin. She must be thoughtful. In my country, people drum their fingers to show they are impatient. He is scratching his head, so he must be confused. In my country, people lick their lips to show they are hungry. In my country, people raise their eyebrows to show they are surprised. She is biting her nails, so she must be worried. In my country, people wrinkle their nose to show they are disgusted.
Not them describing people's reaction, like the normal human reaction, as in my country.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Okay.
بس teacher الإنجليش عليه شوية معلومات خطيرة. يعني أنا منبهرة.
الأبستريم شوية.
Plus, I can't relate to. I can't say something I can't relate to. When I'm impatient, I move my legs. I shake my legs, not my fingers. I don't do
How
that.
do I wrinkle my nose?
I don't even know
No,
how to wrinkle my
in
nose.
this, no, in this year and the other years, you mustn't think أصلا. Okay.
However, يعني when you're disgusted يعني ده الموضوع international. انت
Yes.
بتعمل اكشن بقك اللي هو
كله اوت، يعني مفيش حاجة ومفيش حاجة ثابتة. ايه اللي خلاني بقول لكم ان الموضوع دوت for happy is important عشان يقدر فيه ان هو يتكلم a lot of about a lot of things. فاهمين قصدي؟ فحسيت ان هو موضوع general شوية، عشان كده بقول لكم ده important.
Another thing, when I'm angry, I would never pull my hair. يعني هو هيري في اللي مكفيه. I would rather throw anything beside me than pulling my hair. That's crazy.
And biting nails is so cartoonish.
And disgusting.
Yeah.
I have this habit, but don't tell anyone.
Okay, let's return the page. Now we'll talk about what? About the adjectives and the extreme adjectives of it, okay? An example, angry. Furious. Furious means what? Means very angry. Tired. Exhausted. Exhausted means what? Very tired. Okay, add that. Right, they will say the adjective, and Muaz will say the extreme adjective. Let's go.
Angry,
Furious.
tired,
Exhausted.
bad,
Appalling.
pleased,
Overjoyed.
scared,
Terrified.
big,
Huge.
happy,
Delighted.
dirty,
Filled.
upset,
Heartbroken.
tasty.
Delicious.
Okay. You're over.
تمام. Now, what's the difference between adjective which ended with ing or adjective which ended with ed? What's the difference between them? More of adjectives which ended with ed means someone, or I will describe someone. تمام. But adjectives which ended with ing talks about what something. Okay. Another difference is that adjectives which ended with ed refer to feelings, but adjectives which ing refers to causing. Okay.
Okay.
Some example: tired, tiring; exhausted, exhausting; amazed, amazing; relaxed, relaxing; depressed, depressing; terrified, terrifying; surprised, surprising; excited, exciting; embraced, embracing. Okay. Okay, جيدة.
Yes. The first three examples.
Yes.
Yeah,
1 minute
music,
كده أشوف
response,
أسماء.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
إيه؟
read. ومعاذ هيقرا التلاتة